Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge mini pendant called the Trumpet Fitter. Trumpet mini pendant with water glass. There's two versions of this. There's one that's going to be using Hubbardton Forge's opaque white glass called Opal, and you'll see that's also listed right next to this one. It's an 1826400. This is the water glass version. Same fixture, different type of glass. Let's hop into details. So water glass is basically a clear glass. It has a little bit of a ripple in it, almost like running water. It's very, very pretty. It's kind of a very relaxed elegance. However, you can see through it, and you're going to be able to see the bulb. That's going to be kind of important. So you'll probably want to put in an aesthetically pleasing bulb, which you wouldn't necessarily have to put in the one with the opaque white glass. So they make all kinds of great bulbs out there. These are all kinds of Edison types of bulbs that exist out in the marketplace. I think this one's incandescent, but these guys are actually LEDs, and there's other ones out there. They're easy to get. Every hardware store has them. We'll talk about bulbs in just a little bit. So anyway, back to our story here. Let's talk about the size of the fixture. Like I said, it's 8.5 inches up, 6 inches in diameter. Hubbardton's using multi-height stem kits to get you where you need to go as far as the overall height. And when we talk about overall height, we're talking about bottom of fixture, which is the bottom of the glass, to the ceiling itself. So you'll notice in these stem kits, which all kind of come together, really super easy. You just do that, and it has almost a seamless look, which is pretty great. So you're going to be able to attain anywhere from 10.7 inches overall height to 55.9, call it 56. Makes this super versatile, so you can use this in all kinds of different applications. So what I love about this whole idea, let's say I wanted to put 3 over a kitchen island or 2 over a kitchen island, right? And I would have those generally on this fixture. If I was using this glass, I would have them 30 to 36 inches over the island. If I'm using water glass, I don't necessarily want to see through the glass and look at a bulb, so I would probably have this over my eye line a little bit. So think maybe 36 inches or above. I think these look great when they're a little higher up. That's just me. It's a great look. Anyway, but I wouldn't necessarily want to have a long version of this over a sink. Like, let's say I have the island here and I have the sink behind me and maybe a window. I don't want to be able to look directly into it. I want it to be higher up. I want it to be a semi-flush. So we know this can start off at 10.7 inches, so that means it can be way up over the sink, not in your eyes, casting a great light down. Same deal that you can use this in other applications. So you'll notice on our site we have it under semi-flush and we have it under mini pendants. So I can use this in bathrooms, any place I need to walk under it, because it's only 10.7. So I can use it in laundry rooms, I can use it in foyers, I can use it in all kinds of places. Those stem kits are going to add up quite a bit. So like I said, it's going to get you to 55.9. Wire coming out of this is coming at 72 inches of wire. That's what's going to get you where you need to go. The stems are going to end here. It's going to end at a canopy, and the canopy is 5 inches in diameter. It's going to go over your 4-inch junction box, and this is the 3-inch one. So what you have are, you've got 2 12 inches, 1 6, and 1 3. On top of that, if you need this to be longer than 56 inches overall height, drop me a quick email and tell me what you're looking for. 76, 87, 94, whatever. I'm going to take that email, shoot it over to Customs Department, and we can tell you what we can do as far as getting you longer than the long. You don't need shorter than short, because 10.7 inches is pretty short. Jumping back over to this for a second, this is slope ceiling adaptable, so you can barely see there's a knuckle right here. It's going to allow this to go like that. Look at that, straight down. So you're already set up for slope. You don't have to do any customization on this to do that. Okay, let's talk about what's inside this and bulbs and all that good stuff. It's going to be using this. It's a porcelain socket, and it can accommodate any medium-based bulb. So this is going to be very user-friendly when you get into bulbs. You can use up to 100 watts for incandescent. That's because of the heat generated by an incandescent. You can also use LEDs, and like I said, there's all kinds of really nice LEDs out there. I probably would think you're not going to use one of these because you're going to be able to see it through the glass. I would think that you're going to use some kind of clear LED called the phosphorus ones like that, right? And actually, let's put it in there so you get a chance to see it. And you don't even really notice it. So look how pretty that is. A couple other things. So as opposed to the other fixture with the white glass that's going to be using a retaining ring because you're not going to be able to see it, this is going to be using what's called a retaining cup. And a retaining cup is a metal cup that goes over that ring right there. So this is going to be coming in just maybe 3 different finishes, which kind of represent the other finishes you can get. So I think this is black pearl, which this is going to be used for like black, dark smoke, a lot of all the darker finishes that are on the cooler side. And then there's a few other ones out there too. So when we take that off, you can see there's your threaded socket. Here's your water glass hole on top. Okay, so let's put this all back together again. And you know what? When you are putting these together, the best way to do it is put a couple towels down, and we have to tell you have to use a qualified electrician, so remember that. But this is how they should do it, right? So I wouldn't put the glass on till last. I would take the glass off to show you this. Take it off, goes right there. I would lay it down on a counter, on a towel, and what you do is basically feed these through the parts. So we know these are the connectors, that little guy there, and you would feed it through that first, then you would feed it through one pipe on its own, right? Take this off. You would feed it through this pipe, another connector, and on and on and on until you get to where you want to go. Then just connect all the pipes together, and it's going to work out great. Okay, so you don't put it up and do it that way. You do it laying down on a soft surface like a towel. Okay, jumping back over to LEDs for a second. So you have a couple things going on with LEDs. You can choose your color temperatures with these, right? Super yellow is going to, the incandescent light dimmed down from our past is going to be 2700 Kelvin. And when you go into a hardware store, if you go online, just make sure you notice those numbers. 2700 Kelvin, super yellow. 3000 Kelvin, that's the light that's coming down in my hand right now. This is still a warm white. This is the light I prefer as far as LEDs go. You can also get these kind of bulbs in different bluer lights. Daylight, the one they call outside daylight, which is a little misnomer because everyone thinks that daylight is warm. It's not. It's a blue light. So that's the kind of light you get in a hospital or a hospital waiting room or something like that. I would probably opt to go for the 3000 Kelvin. It's a dimmable fixture. Tell your installer you're going to be using dimmable LEDs, so they use the right dimmer on the wall. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.